Greetings, Dan Farmer here. I thought I'd share a little bit about this 2-day workshop I'm planning on the topic of living design process, January 2019. So it's in New Zealand, it's outside Whakatane on an incredible 7-acre property called Whakatane Forest Farm that I've been co-developing with my parents and sister and her family and a network of friends and family for 12 years now. So in 12 years, this is a fertile river flat, a lot of rainfall. There's something going on. You're not looking down at little trees struggling to get started. You're looking up at massive 25 high metre trees, thousands of trees of all different kinds. And we've been increasingly using the living design process approach to steer and guide the decision making in the way we're patterning, configuring and evolving the space. So it's always lovely to have a venue that's walking the talk. There's also my dear friends Pete and Lou's place over the road, which we'll be visiting probably on the Sunday, who've been living this stuff and doing amazing work with living design for a long time. And again, it's great to be able to go and feel in your body what's possible as an outcome of these kinds of processes, these design and creation processes that are authentically alive and tuned in and resonant with what's going on all around. I've run this course a bunch of times before in 1 and 2 day formats, so it'll be, there'll be a fair bit of clarity to the sequence in which the ideas are unveiled or revealed, and it won't be a conventional PowerPoint presentation or just me talking at you the whole time. It'll be conversational. I'm not expecting a large group. I get as much out of these, probably more actually, than anyone else in terms of opportunities to practice sharing the stuff and bringing people into the experiences we're talking about. And I'm working on a book at the moment that I'll probably share some chapters of that up ahead of the course, and look forward to seeing how that lands for folk. Maybe if I haven't said enough about what it's actually about, let me just close with a little bit more content on that. So, I've personally been a permaculture design consultant, and now I'm a design process facilitator for like 14 years or something. So that's been my mainstay. And over time, I've developed this living design process, largely inspired by Christopher Alexander, and these days by other folk, including Carol Sanford, who's got something called Living Systems Thinking, or as part of that community, Clinton Callahan and Possibility Management and other things. Where one of the things that excites me is that it's a set of understandings and invitations into ways of going about designing / creating anything. So it's very general, very universal. You can apply it to how you organize the days of your life or approach your days of your life. Sounds like how you organize watching that soap thing or whatever, but you can apply it to your days, to your life, to your family, to pretty much any vocation or career. Whenever anything is being created, it's an opportunity that's there. It's exciting. It's relevant. It's alive, authentic, regenerative, and I believe it's part of the cutting edge of where permaculture is as a global movement. So that's a little bit of a heads up. I guess you've also had an opportunity to get a flavour for me, right? Because the reality is, if you do this workshop, you'll be seeing a fair bit of me, as well as my family and these beautiful properties and other people I've alluded to. I'm doing this because I love the topic and I want a chance to get better at sharing it. And so, get in touch if you're interested or have more questions. I'm open to, let's say you've got some skills that can feed into some of the projects I'm involved in around this. I'm happy to explore that, in lieu of payment, and whatever we can possibly even invent a scholarship position. Hopefully it's going to at least cover itself. But if you feel a resonance and a desire to be part of the mix, don't let the ticket price, which I think is relatively affordable, we're feeding you and everything, but don't let that put you off. Let's chat about how we can make it work and have an incredible 2 days in a beautiful place next to a lovely swimmable river, by the way, exploring great stuff. Okay, maybe I'll catch some of you who watch this there. Ciao.